Hey guys, it's Tech Genie back again with another video. So today is the final showing you of our ultimate desk setup tour. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to start from this end of the desk and we're going to work our way across. So starting at this end, we've got these speakers up here which we've put up. We're going to go into a little bit more detail about those in a minute and about the stands and the process we went through. So if we come down here, here we've got the case that we got for our iPads. It's quite a simple leather case. We'll put all the links in the description to all the stuff you can see on the desk just in case you want to go and buy any of it. Down here we've got my iPad. So this is kind of like the corner of portable tech that we take with us if we're going to go anywhere. So down here we've got an iPad. This is the iPad Air. This is the first generation of the iPad Air. So yeah, usual thing, and also of course got the smart cover in product red. So here we've got the MacBook. This isn't the brand new version. I don't really know when this one came out. This one's quite old now, but it still works fine. It's the laptop that we take with us if we're going to go anywhere. So yeah, so that's the computer. This is the laptop that we take with us. And then if we come down here, we've got the R2 phones. So you'll have seen these in different videos. I've only got the iPhone 4S, so it's not the most modern of them, but it's an iPhone, so it works perfectly well. However old it is, it still keeps on working. And then we have my brother's phone, the Samsung Galaxy S2. So this, I'm sure he'll tell you in another video, but we've gone through some serious problems with this recently, where it basically bricked the phone, but this is the phone that he currently uses, and that's the phone I currently use. We'll probably get an update sometime soon. Okay, so you might be wondering what's in these cupboards down here. So if we go down into this first cupboard, there's nothing very exciting. Just got a load of schoolwork, books and stuff. So that's that cupboard. And then in this main cupboard is basically a disaster waiting to happen. So yeah, we'll ignore that cupboard. Soon to be sorted out. Yeah, okay, so if we come over here into the main centre of the desk. Okay, so here's the main working space where we'll be editing videos now and doing some of our stuff. So down here we've got the old version of the Apple keyboard and the Apple Magic trackpad. So these work really well. These have been updated now, so you can find all the stuff on the Apple website, but you can probably find it cheaper somewhere else, because we all know Apple likes to charge lots of money. So moving up to the display that we use. This is our smaller of our two displays. We have got a massive display, well, a lot larger display that we've got downstairs. That's the one we watch films on, so maybe some other time we'll show you that one. But this is the display that we use. It's a Dell. I can't remember the exact model, but I'll put it in the description as I said. And this is where we do all of our editing and everything. So that's the display. And then moving over here we've got the Sennheiser HD 202s. These are some good headphones, but if you want to see any more about them in a more in-depth review, that should be up soon. We have reviewed some of these products that you can see here, so if you want to see a review of those, I'll put the links in the description for everything you need to know. So the main problem we have with this desk at the moment is cable management. So as you can probably see, if we follow these cables, there's some cables up there, speaker cables. These are going to be strapped to the wall soon. And then down here we've got tried to do some lights, but we're probably going to get some LEDs soon. We've got an awful lot of cable problems, so that needs to be sorted out. So if you've got any ideas, let us know. And then of course we don't use a Mac Pro, one of those big things, because they're really expensive. But we do use the Mac Mini, and it's an incredibly good machine. We've put some solid state drives into this one as well, so it's really quite fast. But it's a really neat little machine, especially for editing videos. We can do that quite easily. So that's this half of the desk done, and now on to the second half. Okay, so moving along from everything before, I'm just going to move this out of the way. Our other light just blew up, so we're now going to have a load of lighting. So this is the Sapphire 6 USB. Now, we haven't done a review of this yet. I did say in the previous video we may have one coming up soon, but basically what it allows us to do is plug in some MIDI things like our microphone, which I'm going to talk about in a second, various things for recording music or audio, which then plugs into the computer, which we can then edit through GarageBand is what we usually use for the audio. So that's the Sapphire 6 USB. So moving along here, this is our amp. So obviously this allows us to play the music through these big speakers, which I'm going to talk about in a second, and then we've got the power amp in there. Now behind all this, you can't really see, there's a hole in the desk where all the wires go through, and it's not particularly big enough, but it does the job. It gets down into the cupboard below to explain, which I'm going to explain to you in a second. Okay, so on top here we've got my iPad. This basically is where I charge it, it's where I leave it, and it kind of adds to the look of the set. And we've got my brother's one over there somewhere, which we showed you a minute ago. Okay, so moving along here, we've now got our microphone, which we haven't done a review on yet, and I hope to have one coming out shortly in the future. So obviously all of this video has been recorded by the audio on the camera, and this is just a thing that comes with the tripod. So we're going to have a review of all of our audio stuff in the future. Here we've got our prized possession, our remote control helicopter, which we have done a review of in our top 3 best RC tech for under £100, so do go check that out. The link for that video will also be in the description. So moving along, we have our Manfrotto stand. Now we have done a video on this, we haven't edited yet and it hasn't been released yet, so I will get around to doing that at some point. But this is our Manfrotto stand. It is brilliant, really sturdy thing, goes quite tall, and has really good adjustable capabilities. Okay, so here is a camera which doesn't work that well. I don't think it works actually. We have got another camera somewhere which does work, which is like one of these. Basically just an old camera which we occasionally use, very rarely, and that's here just to kind of add to the look and feel of the desk. Okay, so moving up, we have our DM100 B&W speakers. Now these are brilliant. They are very old, but they are brilliant. So we've got massive amount of bass and really good range of volume on this. So unfortunately we've got some massive speaker cable here, which we can't really hide from view. So we're going to try and get some new speaker cables. And we've spent this the other day putting up these speaker mounts, because originally they were on the floor. If you haven't seen our original setup video, go and watch that and you'll see how it was before all of this setup today. So these mounts cost £30, and they obviously mount on the wall and allow for it to lean forward and have a 360-degree swivel. So that's brilliant. These speakers are brilliant. They're now up on the wall, which means when you're editing you can either have it playing through the speakers or you can just have some music blaring out into the room, which is always very good. So yeah, it can sort of move left and right. It's kind of tightened up at the moment, but that's how it works, and then obviously forwards and backwards, but you need to loosen the nut under there to do that. Okay, so moving on now, we have this cupboard. So in this cupboard, beware, there's going to be a load of wires and crazy stuff happening in here. So we have all of our tech stuff going on in here. Now, excuse this massive extension lead. Okay, so ignoring this massive extension lead, this is basically what the cupboard looks like. And have a look in here. So this is our power amp. We've got all of that wired in, and then we've got on the back wall we have our extension lead mounted onto the wall, and then all the suitable plugs plugged in. And we've got our beautiful looking fairy lights to try and add some colour onto our set, which is going to be updated hopefully in the future with some nice LED strips if we ever get round to it. So we've got just some Red 5 headphones which came with a Red 5 microphone. We've got our charger lead for our laptop, and then some extra wires for the amp. So that is the, oh yes, and this is the box for the wall mounts we've just put up. So guys, that is it for today for our setup tour for the new setup tour. I hope you enjoyed it. As my brother said, all of the links for these items will be in the description. We will have reviews coming out on some of the objects you've seen here, hopefully in the future. Some of them we've already done, but we haven't actually had time to put them up yet. And yeah, so that's it for this review. Do head on to our channel and subscribe, pressing that red button there. But as I've said again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, thumbs up, subscribe, share, tell everybody, and we will see you around in the next video. So live long and prosper.